Okay, I did put my thing on at Bentonville, and it was dead. I don't feel stupid because I like literally waited a while to get. I mean, it's not like I didn't get offers. Okay, I did. They were all crappy. Like it was like, are you freaking kidding me? I can't even remember. Like if, but the GMDs are getting worse. Like they wanted me to do. I don't know if this might have been a Elm Springs one. I don't know. I can't remember who offered it, but it was like $11 for like 7-8 drop-offs. And yes, it was probably, I don't know how many freaking miles. I don't know, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know. I could not tell you. But $11 to get out of your car 7 or 8 times, that seemed ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how close they were. That was a bullshit. Like, I'm like, I have seen that. Because remember when I said I was getting like 8 drop-offs, $80. Now on 2.5 hours of work. But it was worth it. You know what I'm saying? I get that this may not take a whole 2.5 hours to drop those off because they were like bunched together. But still, you know what I'm thinking? I mean, come on, $20? Like, whatever. But I knew it. There's too many people in this market because they were grabbing them fast too. Like, even if I didn't want the ones that they offered me, there was one good offer. It was $40. That one was like, boom, gone. You couldn't even blink, it was gone. Okay? And I don't remember other than it being 40-some miles, and it did seem like it would be a good one. Like, if it was 3 drop-offs, I think it was decent miles and nothing. It didn't say apartments. It didn't say any 40 to 50 pounds, you know? So it would have been good. But it was gone like an instant. You couldn't even blink. Now, yeah, most of them were, I had to wait a while to get one offer, and it was crap. And then I had to wait a long time to get another offer. That one might have been the good one. It was gone in a second. And then I had to wait another. I was like, fudge. So then I gave myself, I was like, okay, if I do not get an order in 15 minutes, I'm turning on DoorDash on Grubhub. And I did actually do that before the 15 minutes, which was smart because Grubhub was dead. I mean, it was dead. I decided I needed to do DoorDash because I need to beef up my DoorDash. Like, I don't know about working tomorrow. We're going to go see the baby tomorrow. I don't know if I'll even be able to work unless we work in the evening after we drop everybody off after going to see the baby, right? So that's why I'm like, I'm not 100% sure if we'll be working tomorrow evening. But at this rate, if we are, I'm kind of hoping I might just throw DoorDash on and try it. Because like I said, I owe myself money now from DoorDash. You know, I owe myself like at least $20. I don't even remember what it is. I'm stupid. I wish I hadn't spent that money, but you know me, I was like, I want food. So yeah, food won out. Okay. Anyway, what am I at? Back to Johanna thinking. Okay. So then I got a DoorDash. Actually, I declined the first one, and then I got the second one, and I took it. It was McDonald's. It was 1 mile, and for like $6 and something. It was worth it. It was so quick. Like the McDonald's was across the street, and then the apartment was across the street, which I'm used to. And of course, it was on the 3rd floor. So I had to haul ass because while I was picking at McDonald's, I got an offer I decided to take for Spark, and it was right across the street where I was waiting, you know? And I was like, why not? And I looked, it did have an apartment, and it was on the 2nd floor. And I looked at the items and decided, well, I think I can do it. I think I can make one trip. It doesn't look like there's gonna be sodas, shit like that, you know what I mean? And there was toilet paper, but it wasn't huge, thank God, because I did make it in one trip. I feel like I should have just toted my tote up there, but I was like, no, the tote might weigh more. Just take the damn shit without the tote. I feel like I should have taken the tote. It would have been easier. And yes, I'm breathing hard for both those trips. It was like, holy crap. And now I'm dropping off the second one. But, and it was in the $20, okay? It was in the $20. There were two pickups. They were pretty damn easy. That's why I took it. And then I'm going to get food and go home and then do some shit with the kids before Aiden has to go to work. And then I can start working again too. But you know what? But yeah, I feel like if I had drove back to Elm Springs, I would have got something in that area. I feel like, yeah, we wait sometimes, but not that bad. Like, there's offers. You know what I mean? I don't know why. Like, I remember, the person I know, one of the people I know who does Spark, them saying they have to wait a while. That's why they have to multi-app. I'm seeing why, because in this area here, you freaking do. I just remember, okay, there was some slow times where I do, like from 10:30 to maybe 11. I mean, within that 30 minutes, I would get one, right? You know? But, yeah. And I mean, I can't believe I left my Spark open because I was a little worried. Because, like I said, I was by theirs, you know, like, I was like, ooh, when I checked it, it's like, oh, good, I had time because it says that I, you know, could, I had like a couple minutes before I could even say I can go to pick up, right? Because it was like, it was 10 o'clock, I had to be there 10:05. I was a couple minutes late, like dropping that thing off, even though it was super ass close. That, you know, you only have minutes. That's crazy. So that wouldn't have worked if it had been really far away. So I was really damn lucky that all of it had been that close. You know, that was one of the reasons I took the order. I was like, dude, I'm right there by the store. I'm right there by the drop off. It isn't going to be that crazy, you know? And otherwise that would have been a very bad mood because, like I said, I was at least 5 minutes late. And then I had to verify when I got there. I was like, shoot, you have to. So I had to verify, which takes another minute or two. And that's why I think I might have been 5. Like, it might have been more like 3 minutes late. But, you know, having to verify. And then I had to wait a minute or two for them to bring the order out. But, and this one is a little more stuff, but thank God it's a house. And there's no verification. Because I've been lucky that I haven't got verifications. You know, because I just don't want to deal with it. Because, like, if they're not home, I might call them. But I was like, I feel like if I have to return the whole order because they are not home to give me their ID, I would be very unhappy. You know what I mean? I would be very unhappy. So that's why I was like, yeah, I'm glad that I've actually looked at the order when I've seen the verification ones. Like, that's a miracle. You know what I mean? Because it does not tell you unless you look. You know, so if you're going, oh, cool, it's apartments, it's whatever, you know what I mean? It shows you those things, but it just doesn't show you if you're going to be verifying anything. So, you know, and that's why I said, that's why I'm not even doing alcohol. I'm like, no, I don't care. I'm not dealing with it right now. I do not want to have a rejection. It's like the returns. I am no longer doing returns because after my first experience where they weren't even home and I couldn't even contact them, I drove to their house for no reason. You know, and then I had to call support because I wanted it off there without me getting penalized because they weren't home. You know what I'm saying? That really pissed me off. So I was like, no way. I'm not counting on a customer if I can avoid it. But like I said, that's going to be a miracle because you will not know. Like I said, a lot of times I don't look inside because you don't have time. Most of the time you have to just grab the order. Like, you know, look and say, okay, I don't see a wait one. I don't see apartments. It seems like the miles are okay. Boom. Accept. You don't have time to, you know, there's a couple times you could, like, it's like if it's for you, you know what I mean? Then you can look. If you have, for some reason you feel like it's so slow that day for some reason and there's too many orders and stuff, then yeah, you can look and see if it's worth it. And look at how many items you're going to be picking up or this and that. And I have. Like I said, there's orders I have looked and I can. And then there's orders I've looked and I've lost it because I was so slow looking that he's like, oh, well, there you go. I lost the order. Not mine now because I waited. But, so it's all risk. But I like I said, and it could be that I'm not in this market that much. So obviously I'm not priority over the people in this area, you know? So that's probably not helping with me having to wait a long time, you know? Oh, I gotta go.